Leagues Cup is underway and goals galore. What a great start to the tournament. A really good start for a lot of MLS clubs too, but CF Montreal are not one of them. Everything is going wrong right now in Montreal for everybody and everything, and I'll tell you what, on the opposite end of the spectrum, everything is going quite right for Orlando. They are finally in good form this season. They seem to have put their nightmare start in Major League Soccer behind them and are finally realizing their potential, and they just took Montreal apart. Let's talk about it. So Montreal allegedly lined up in a back three, but as the game went on, it looked a lot more to me like they were playing a 4-4-2. Victor Wanyama and Mathieu Choinier functioned as a double pivot, and it did not work. They really struggled to spread the field. Orlando did a really good job, though, of defending the flanks. Goalkeeper Sebastian Breza, who isn't particularly loved by Montreal fans. I don't know why they didn't just start Jonathan Sirois, but Breza actually did have a really good start to the match, making a handful of big saves early on, but later in the game really struggled. You could actually see Joel Waterman get pretty frustrated with him towards the end of the match. Dagger Dan Thorhausen gave Orlando the lead, and let's talk about Orlando a bit, who look really, really good right now. They did their pressing that they are known for, the high counter press. They ran an extremely aggressive press this match and also pinned Montreal back really well. They built up their play in either a 3-4-3 or a 3-2-5, and when they were able to get that many players forward, it just kept Montreal stuck really deep. Ojeda, Torres, and Luis Enrique have all been in really excellent form recently for the club, and even Pedro Caese, who I've been really critical of this season, comes up with an excellent penalty save against Joseph Martinez. I'm sure that one felt good, and I really love how this team does use Dagger Dan as well. He's a really fun player. Wilder Cartagena also had a good game too, and yeah, the vibes are good for Atlanta right now and bad in Montreal. I mean, Mathieu Choinier, who I know was a coach's selection for the All-Star team, but someone should have intervened there. He's been bad this season. He's a decent player. I just don't think he's good enough to be like the guy for a team. He had a bad miss early in the match too, and you know, he's, like I said, he's a solid MLS player, probably even a good MLS player, but he's not good enough to be trying to force a move out of this club or anything like that. His stock, despite the All-Star selection, has got to be really low right now. And last thing with Montreal is that Laurent Courtois, his seat has got to be starting to heat up. Montreal don't look good. They don't look good at all. They've been in abysmal form recently. I don't think sacking him makes any real sense, at least not to me. I don't know where they would go from here. I think you got to give him the year at least, but this project isn't looking particularly promising right now, and it isn't all on him, of course. This roster isn't great. There is a serious lack of talent in a lot of key areas, and the front office and ownership situation is a mess, with a lot of weird decisions being made over there in Montreal, and I wouldn't be surprised if Laurent Courtois doesn't last the season, but for what it's worth, I think he should be given more time to try and figure it out. I've got a little bit of extra time, so I'll touch on the early game that was DC versus Atlanta, which was an amazing and exciting match, extremely back and forth and fun to watch. DC United are just kind of a team that live for chaos, aren't they? I want to highlight just how good the hold-up play of Christian Benteke is, and I also want to highlight Josh Cohen for Atlanta. This isn't actually highlighting him. I'm about to dig on him a little bit. He started this game for Atlanta, and he was a big signing, at least I thought so, for them in the offseason. I mean, he came in highly rated, very highly rated from Israel. I'm pretty sure he won like straight up player of the season one year. He came in with Champions League pedigree, and I think he's had like 2 or 3 big errors now in very limited minutes this season. The signing is looking possibly like an early bust. On a more positive note, though, I do want to highlight the service of Brooks Lennon. He can deliver a really, really good cross, but back to a more negative note, he's really bad defensively. Really bad. He maybe, you know, I know I'm pretty sure Atlanta ran a back five this game, but they might want to just Lennon might need to just switch to being a full-time winger. He just really can't cut it being in the back of the park for Atlanta. And on a more positive note, flipping the other way, I'll say Saba Lobjanidze is doing really well for that club right now. Atlanta pretty much blew up their season and their team. But he is, I would say, the one thing above all that is still working very well over there. And it's probably time to call this one. This was MLS Pancake, the YouTube channel named after my dog. If you enjoyed the video, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. For every person who does so, Pancake does get an extra treat, a pet or a pat. And let's go ahead and check in and see what Pancake is up to right now. What's up, Pancake? What's up? What's up? You sleepy? You look tired. You look tired.